What's going on, guys? It is MurderInc here, back with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today I'm going to be talking about the best way to have some type of passive income of resources in Raid. The absolute best way, uncontended, hands down, no argument. I think no argument can be made here. Pretty sure, 99.99% sure. So you want free shards, you want free books. There is some investment in this, as pretty much anything in the game. I don't mean monetary investment, but it's going to take time. You're not going to be able to do this if you just started playing yesterday. So keep all of these things in mind. What are we talking about here? What are the best ways to gain passive income in Raid Shadow Legends? So what we're going to be talking about is the clan boss. The clan boss is the best, hands down way to get free resources. You get tons of shards, tons of books. Yes, it is RNG, but if you look at things over a month, what you get in a month is equivalent to a lot of real money if you were buying packs. Now, there are other great ways of things like the one-time rewards you get from campaign. Those are very strong one-time rewards. I mean, this obviously does include Nightmare campaign. You can get the rewards from Doom Tower. Doom Tower requires a little bit more investment than clan boss. It's not as consistent with what you get on a daily basis, which is why I don't really have that in the running compared to the clan boss. There is 3v3 arena where you get free stuff over a long period of time, but we are simply talking about shards, books. If you wanted to go gear, I would say faction wars for sure. I think it's a really underappreciated thing now that the Forge is out, how strong faction wars can in fact be. Getting those materials to craft potentially amazing pieces of gear with perception gear, a little bit of resilience, that's kind of for the early game, but perception gear that will last you the entire way through this game. You also do have the threshold rewards on the bottom from faction wars, but today we're talking about clan boss. So let's get right into it. I haven't collected anything yet from the clan. So first thing I'm going to talk about is there's a small chance I didn't even get my chest today. What is this? I want a refund. Literally want a refund. What's going on? So there's a chest in the top right hand corner of the screen. As you can see there, you can get energy. You can actually get ancient shards. You can get rare books from this. This is very good. It happens every single day. This isn't really what I'm trying to talk about and go over here. What we're really talking about is this clan boss. When I said investment, a lot of people, in my opinion, get baited into pushing for that arbiter as fast as possible. Now that is good. The Great Hall is definitely beneficial to you, kind of. However, there's a clear meta here, and it's unfortunate in my opinion about the clan boss and the strongest teams that pretty much allow you to cheese your way with unkillable all the way to the top thresholds. Now if I wanted to be efficient here, if I really wanted to be efficient here, I'd be doing Ultra Nightmare, Nightmare, Brutal, and Hard every single day like a lot of my clanmates do. However, for most people, 2 King Ultra Nightmare, 1 King Nightmare, and 1 King Brutal, if you can get 4 keys every single day, is going to give you so many resources you're not going to know what to do with them. So let's go over what I got today here, starting with the Ultra Nightmare chest. So we got 1 ancient shard, a bunch of brews, a piece of gear that I'm probably not going to keep, but it's a great source of gear for many players here. On top of that, like I said, we got brews, a little bit of silver, and a superior potion. Let's see what the next one yields. So here we go. I got lucky here. Granted, you don't see this too often, but I do net about 5 to 9 sacred shards per month. Think about that, per month. So if you're doing this, if you're really focusing on clan boss, if you're saying, yes, Arbiter's good, but not as good as the Ultra Nightmare clan boss, unless for some reason you can use Arbiter to 1 or 2 key in Ultra Nightmare, then I would say, you know what, spend all of your time focusing on arena, getting that arbiter, increasing that Great Hall. Like I said before, you have to take everything into consideration here. Yes, it takes time to farm dungeons, to get the gear, to get the champions, to be able to do this. However, this is hands down the best way to get resources here. You can have very strong accounts the earlier you start farming Ultra Nightmare. So that should be everyone's priority 1 in this game. And when I say that, other things do apply to that as well. You have to do dungeons first to be able to do this, unless you got lucky with your champions. However, these team compositions do require a decent amount of gear. even to 2 key, meaning you can't go in there with 4-star and 3-star gear with all of these champions expecting to 2 key Ultra Nightmare. It's just not realistic regardless of how good the champions are. You're going to need to probably be at least stage 15 of all of your dungeons before you head straight into Ultra Nightmare. So let's go ahead and collect the Nightmare chest here. What do we got? So we have nothing here, just brews, gems. Gems are always good. And this weapon that I'm not going to keep, but it could be useful for some accounts. And finally, we have a legendary piece. It's 5-star. I'm not going to keep it, but once again, silver brews and these potions from the potion keeps that can help when you're ascending for fusions, so on and so forth. So this right here is the reason why it's so easy to kind of keep up without having to spend money. Now, what's the best way outside of this to get these resources? That's pretty obvious. However, I'm not currently spending right now because I have nothing to spend for, no reason to spend, but this is a perfect example here. Take away the energy gems here, not all the gems because you do get gems. How long would it take you farming Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss and Nightmare Clan Boss to get 8 Ancient Shards, 2 Sacred Shards, and 4 Void Shards? I would say it would probably take around 2 weeks, and you would probably get more than this, but 2 weeks is kind of the fair threshold here. Like I said before, I've gotten 3 voids in one day before. I've gotten 4 sacreds in one day before, so you can just randomly get lucky. But as far as the odds go, what you can get, what you can't get, Clan Boss is so superior here, and it really lets people sustain themselves without having to spend any money. You want to pull new champions, you want to get new shards, you want to be all set for fusions when those really painful, I think we have one going on right now. Let's take a look. For the Ruel fusion, we have these really painful champion chase that I didn't buy any shards for. I haven't bought any shards since this fusion started. I had no stock coming into this. I got all of the points I needed here simply from Ultra Nightmare and Nightmare, because I've only been doing 2 a day. Like I said, if you wanted to add Brutal to that, you increase your chances of getting Ancient Shards as well as Void Shards, which can give you even more points. Yes, I maybe got lucky here, but with that being said, I didn't even use all of my shards. I'm saving the rest of my shards. I have 4 sacreds and 6 ancients as of today. So for next weekend, when we have the next summoning event, I'm going to be doing pretty well with all of these days coming up of more Clan Boss chests that I can get more shards from, putting me in a pretty good spot to spend 0 money and still be able to complete fusions like this. Now obviously you have to pick and choose your fusions. If they happen extremely often, you're not going to want to spend all of your shards on every fusion. You're going to want to save for 2 times event, hoping, I mean, like we can see here, I have no shards for this void 2 times. I don't personally need any, so it's not a big deal for me. Some players are very close to pity if they know how to check that, and it could be a huge value to them to use all of these shards on the 2 times event instead of the fusion. So it's up to the player for sure. That's what I want to talk about today. Of course, you have the market here, which does grant, I believe, 5 ancient shards per month from just searching for the marketplace. That's another great resource. On top of that, there is a small percent chance if you're farming to receive them from the dungeons you're doing. However, honestly, if you're not spending money on gems or energy, you're not going to net enough ancients for this to be worth it. Now, I've probably spent 150,000 or 200,000 energy at a time in a single farming session on these dungeons, and I can yield up to 30 or 35 ancient shards, which is a pretty decent amount considering we're not here to farm shards, we're there to farm gear. Granted, that's a ton of energy, but like I said, you have to spend some decent money to be able to farm it that often, that quickly, and get those shards. So it's going to come down to the fact that I've just been talking about Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss, Nightmare Brutal, the best resource in the game for getting those shards, those books for your account, and it can really help you in progression if you focus on that first and kind of push everything else to the side if your goal is in reach of being able to hit those key thresholds on a daily basis. Alright guys, that is going to conclude my video today on the best way to get free resources in this game. What do you guys think? Is there anything that I missed? Is there any other part of the game? I don't think I missed it, but you never know. There's the gem mine, of course. It's a very slow way to kind of gain passive resources here. So give me your thoughts, give me your feedback. Have you been doing this already? Share your success story. How many resources have you been getting? I know it's a significant amount for sure. And like I said, if I missed something, definitely bring that up in the comments. What other areas of this game can generate free income for you with very minimal investment? Alright guys, don't forget, if you enjoy this content, subscribe, like, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss my next upload, and I will see you all in the next video.